Now we know what a string is and what concatenating strings are, and what we need to know right now is how we can go ahead and use these to get an input from a user and give it back to him. Let's say, for example, I'll first write down, let's say I'll just want to clear all this up so that we won't get messed up. I'll start the command line once more. Let's say we want the temperature of a particular room, and we will assign it to x. X is the temperature, so x equals to the degree right now is 42 degree. I have assigned this variable a number, and now I want to write down that how we can go ahead and ask the user to print this back to us. So right now I'll just go ahead and type print commas temperature of the room is. Now we need to write down this x as a representation for our 42, so we cannot just write plus x because it won't use it. The reason being that over here this x is considered as a string, and we cannot input an integer inside a string. We can never input an integer inside a string. We need to show it to the terminal, to the interpreter, that x is just a variable which is representing the value of 42. So here we need to use the string representation REPR, and we just need to put this in parentheses. And now when we press enter, it will straight away show that the temperature of the room is 42. We need to just put a space over here. Yeah, temperature, I just misspelled temperature. Temperature of the room is 42. So in this way we can go ahead and ask a specific set of instructions from the user and give it back to them. That's the way it works. If you just go ahead and write x or any other variable, it won't work. Let me show you another example so that you get a clear picture of this. Let's say y is equal to, let's say, hello world. I'll write it in inverted commas, double quotes, and now I want to input this statement inside print, so I'll just write print colon Cindy says space plus x. We still won't be able to get that. Sorry, it's y. We can still get over here. The reason being that when we used the 42 over here, this is an integer and we cannot insert an integer inside a string. But over here we do not have any kind of integer over here. The whole statement is itself a string. So when you go ahead and try to put this string, that's y, inside that, it will straight away accept that. Cindy says hello world, and if you want hello world in hello world to be indirect statement, you will just write it in single quotes inside that double quotes, and you can just write it this way: Cindy says hello world. You just got it right. So now you know what string representations look like. Let me show you what are long strings. Let's say you want to write down multiple pieces of code, which includes multiple lines. So if I just go ahead and write that, let's say for print, over here I write hello, and now I want this in a separate line. If I just press enter, it will give me an error showing that end of line while scanning string literal. That means it cannot identify what should come after that. So in order for us to do that, I'll make it a bit easy for you. I'll just write hello over here instead of using print. It will still give me out the same error. So if I want to go ahead and increase the length of string, if I want to go ahead to the next line, then I need to use triple single quotes. Only then it will understand that I want to go to the next line and I don't want to go ahead and execute the command. So when I press enter, it will ask me what else to write. Right, this is the second line, and it still continues. This is the end, and I will just write end it with triple quotes, and when I press enter right now, it will write the whole statement, except that we see over here \n at between every word. I'll show you what that is in a moment, but now all you need to understand is that we can go ahead and divide each and every line. As to how we know, we just need to use the triple quotes. We can even use the triple double quotes, but this is quite way simpler than that, so that's the reason I use just single quotes. And now, as I told you that what this forward backslash n is, I'll show you how this works. These are called as raw strings. It's not under the long strings, it's taken as under the raw strings. So what are raw strings? Let's say, for example, I want to write down a statement in which I have to include a path. Let's say I need to write down a path that is C:/ backslash users / Cindy / desktop. This is a path. So and I need to write this down over here like this, but when I go and press enter, it will show that this command won't execute. The reason being that we have used these backslashes over here, and these backslashes are considered as a different thing over here in Python interpreter. Let me give you another example. You go ahead and write down C:/ user. I'll just write in this much so that it will be easier for you to understand. It will still no accent. So what we need to do now, right now, is we have to use double / for to do that. So when we go ahead and do that, and I just press enter over here, it will accept this. It will straight away accept it, stating that it does not have any kind of problem over here. It will straight away show users with 2 /, but it will still not accept the single / backslash. Now there is another way of writing a long string. As I told you previously, we can use triple single quotes. Similarly, we can also use double quotes, write hello, and we can use this backslash, press enter, and it will continue to the same line, and you can go ahead and write down hello world and just continue that. So it will give you out the full statement in one line. But what if you want to write down a statement in 2 different lines without using the backslash or without using the triple quotes? This is called as a raw string, an escape character, which is called as /n. When you use that, it will straight away skip to the next line. It will give it a break. The same we use enter button. Let's say, for example, we want to write print parentheses colon semicolon and we write down hello. After that, I'll just write down n and I'll write down world. I press enter. See, we have 2 different lines over here. That's because the /n takes it as another character in the Python interpreter, and it still won't accept that. That's the reason we need to go ahead and straight away put that, so that we can go ahead and put it in 2 separate lines. That's the reason. And coming back to the last part, Unicode. Unicode is totally different from normal strings, because normal string is stored at 8-bit ASCII characters, and Unicode is stored as a 16-bit Unicode, and it contains special characters. If you don't know about that, what Unicode is, you probably don't need to know about that, because it is hardly of any use over here for us. Just consider it as simple characters or special characters which we use, like semicolon, colon, hyphen. All these are considered under Unicode and not under normal strings. So thank you for this tutorial. Have a nice day ahead, guys. Bye.